get Uker, open the sleeping knot, kill whatever's in there. Because I believe it was a gargoyle too.
Right.
This is your new place. Oh shit!
A bunch of four-armed gargoyles ripping gnomes apart. I didn't mean to.
Right, so I'll do that before I take her.
Let me
We'll-
find
we'll
Okay,
it
kill-
again.
They seem to be... The plan that they had in their minds was to go to Nalbrin.
Right, which would take forever. There's also an army of orcs between you and there.
There's also us. Although it'll take forever.
It'll take the entire downtime.
Which is
I'm
fine.
not doing it.
Get them to walk faster.
Wait, how many teleports do you have per day?
You just teleport
Seriously?
them.
No,
How many
you-
teleports do you have per day?
Hold on. Give me a sec.
We've done followers and stuff. You teleported an army of giants around.
Give me a sec. We don't know where the portal to Voskar is going to be.
Donovan yawns and casts Teleport Greater to go from one side of the room to the other side of the room because he hasn't been able to forever because it's the 7th and he's on the stupid Nalbrin. Blink!
Right. I need to figure out where the nut's going to grow and connect to Yig. Don't know where that's going to be.
Why don't you... he's not here.
Yeah,
Donovan's just outside, like...
They said they're going to consider it. You're going to take Silver Sprout to go look at some places. She wants to go to Nalbrin. That's where a druid is, like a trusted druid that Gnarlcrown said was their friend.
Well, let's go speak to the Allfather then,
Okay.
and then you can go see the Sleeping Knot. While you're speaking to him, I'll go to the Sleeping Knot, clean that shit up, and then I'll come pick you up.
Okay. Does the party want to talk about plans or where Lemmy should go or anything like that when Lemmy comes back out?
Yeah, it comes back.
What are you planning on doing? This... They really think you screwed them.
Right. I hope you've been letting them know that I haven't, but there is something called the Sleeping Knot in Voskard that I think would be a fair place for them to be. Marty, it was a large enough place to house these people.
Azildan knows that there
Yeah.
are under catacombs where there are still undead that are probably living in the Sleeping Knot.
There's actually a lot of undead down there. In
fuck's
the under
sakes.
catacombs.
Alright, can we just go and destroy them then? Create some
No,
holy
there's...
ground?
I mean, I suppose I could.
Not you, I mean all of us. Just go, well, just a few I
It's-
guess, we don't need to.
It's not just a few, Lemmy. It's like an infestation. There was a vampire there.
So you're saying no?
A rather prolific one, actually.
So what you're saying is not a good place.
Not particularly, no. I'm sorry.
Well,
I know you're looking for a safe place for your family. I can
Doesn't,
understand that.
doesn't the big fellow have a, what you call those things? The ones where you swing it around and it makes light. A sunblade.
Nope, I ain't got no sunblade.
No. Uka.
Yeah.
There is,
You know I'm bigger than him though, right?
we do know of a place where we could hide people, especially if they're goodly of character. Let me...
There is another place.
Was that?
Galeth's Island.
It's called Arthasate.
I call it Galeth's Island because that's what it is now.
Well, we're going to call it Gnomeland soon.
I need to ask Galeth before I bring him. I don't have the right to do that before I ask him.
Sure you do. You liberated it. Don't worry, I can convince him.
Last I checked, I was the one who beat an evil angel to death.
All right.
So if
fine.
anything, that's my island.
You've already got 2 giant tribes.
Yeah, but One of them's all misshapen.
And the only way for me to bring people across is through a
And they're
plane
making
shift.
me ugly.
Yes.
Well, they're gonna have to clean it up once they get there. There you go, Galeth.
Well, he needs help.
Nothing like helping. What kind of plant is there, Marty? Is there enough food?
You saw it was a temperate temperate climb.
It wasn't frozen.
Wasn't frozen. That's fair enough. There are druids here, so grow your own food. Fish.
And
damn
they
it.
get 9th circle spells, so if anybody comes to mess with them, the druids unleash all
Druid.
bullshit.
Besides,
Alright,
you
so
honestly think Gallus gonna turn away some refugees? God.
No, I don't think so, but still. All right, so there is another place that I'll show you. It is one of the places of power on Nalbur. This is a private pocket for goodly creatures.
How many was your number again?
About
There-
1,500.
1,300, yeah, it's grown to about 1,500 because it seems to include a lot of hunters and druids and people that lived just outside of Stemaglen. They seem to have clustered here as well.
Alright.
I need a good name for a Fomori giant. Because I'm just thinking ahead.
Finkel.
Thinkle?
That's good.
Finkel.
Smart one. Smart one.
Tinkle.
Thinkle.
It's kind of...
Okay. Thinkle it is.
Snorri.
I like
Yes,
Snorri
me
too.
either. No, we already had a Grendel. Not by name, though. Or kind of.
Alright, I got Thinkle's token already.
Okay.
Okay, so you are able to teleport your band back to the passageway to Nalbrin, go through. You go to Arthursate. Well, actually, you could just... Can't you
Plane
just
shift
plane
from
shift to
here.
Arthursate?
Right from here.
Okay.
Plane shift.
She's surprised at the composition of the castle, it being silver, but then she does look around and says there's a lot of, like, she notices that there are a lot of dead bodies and like, broken armor and that sort of thing.
There was, this is Arthursate.
It's not winter
know what?
here.
No, it's not. Because it is in a pocket that's not directly connected to Yig. Why ours was protected, I'm not sure. It was powerful, I guess. But if there's a if my theory is if it's a pocket not connected directly to Yig, or a plane not connected directly to Yig, it will not have winter. Because whatever is causing winter is affecting Yig, and Yig is affecting all the other planes.
You can give me a spellcraft check, if you'd like.
Alright, because I made that shit up.
Donovan's hearing Lemmy's theory. Hell, Altagar and Azildan get in on the spellcraft action too. I don't know if they're...
No. No.
Donovan...
31?
It's not terrible.
So, Prime Worlds are much more... The gods may have
Oh,
created
right.
them.
It's considered Prime Worlds. Right.
Yggdrasil is a plane. These pocket dimensions, usually at the time of their creation, people decide, or the person who creates it decides what the climate of the pocket dimension is.
Right.
So these
It's-
pocket
right.
dimensions might be a way around Fimbul Winter.
It's their creation, actually. I'm correcting myself here.
Well, at least there's a lot of fertilizer, she says.
Right.
All the bones in the courtyard.
There's a dead
There
angel
is-
up
there's
there.
also- This is an island. I cast. I just use. I let her transport him to a huge air elemental with me because I can,
Okay.
and just follow me to fly up. See, it's an island, right?
So they've teleported to the Isle of Arthursate on Nalbrin. Lemmy, friends, what are you doing back? Says Galeth, as he
Galeth
notices you
is here.
guys in the castle. And
Galeth, my I need to ask you for a favor, my friend. My people in Stomach Glen, they've had their home robbed from them. The Stomach Glen is destroyed. Is being destroyed as we speak. They're being forced into Yig, and they have no place to go.
whatever I can do for you, my friend, he says. He actually gets down on one knee and puts his silver gauntleted hand on your shoulder.
Tear comes down Lemmy's eye. Gives him a hug.
Donovan's going, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, tear. Tear proper.
Thank you, my friend.
Is this one of your people?
Yes.
Squirrel friend.
I have bled beside Lemio many times, says Galeth. He has healed
Call her an elf.
he has healed my wounds. Are you thinking of bringing them here?
If you will allow it.
There is nothing against elves being in Arthasate, he says with a smile on his face.
Let me smile, sir. Right. He looks like he's joking. He's joking. It's an inside joke.
You have to be careful around some of the runes, though.
I'll inform them all not to enter the castle area.
Oh,
Have you
This-
seen anything new?
this place... The silver walls of this castle? Do you have a werewolf problem? I don't think many druids are going to want to live in the castle, Lemmy.
She says in Druidic.
Well, we
Most of
left
them-
our werewolf problem back at. Oh wait, okay, no.
This is the important. This is the important part. Do not get off the island because you will not be able to get back. This island is protected, and only certain there's a very finite ways of people to get in here. One of them is through plane shift, like we did. The other is through keys. These keys are very limited. Right? I'm able to do it.
We know where to get more.
We know where to get more, but
Your-
if
your-
someone falls off the island, if someone goes off the island will disappear. They'll be in the middle of a lake.
Your people are farmers, right? Druids and farmers and planters and gardeners?
Right?
Can you make things grow on this island?
If anyone could, it'd be druids.
Winter hasn't touched this place. My people are going to starve.
Then let our people and your people help each other.
And Albanese and elves.
Did you just call us elves?
It's halflings, Gareth. Come on.
What? I don't get this joke either.
You may live here as friends of the Nalburnese, of the goodly Nalburnese. As long as you help me.
No empire, right? He's got a weird look on his face.
No.
Five-faced god.
In fact, the things that I found lead me to the lion's den. It is where Todeflon and I are headed.
Where is
Lion's
your
Den?
lion's den?
Lion's den. No, there's a titan there.
I'm not going to go face a titan alone. I'm going to take advantage of the chaos that these orcs have wreaked upon the Empire, and during the instability I will sneak my way across the continent.
Where are you trying to get?
Well, damn it, Galeth. You know we're the best at this.
No,
Just tell us where you want to go.
it is a knight's quest and a knight's errand.
Well, just at least get Lemmy to get you there. It'll save you months.
I suspect that it is part of the journey where I will be I will be tested. I want to go and see this empire for myself as well.
Lemmy.
Wada and I have many things to discuss.
Galeth,
He
does
seems
anybody
cross
here-
with his own god.
does anybody here have...
Sylvan's kind of going, yeah, I get that.
Galeth? Galeth,
Yes.
would you like me to create for you a token that will take you to Vosgard, Verkholm?
In an emergency, that would be very helpful.
I shall return. And no, you can't. This one's only for you. It cannot be
Okay.
passed. I will create one for you shortly, and we'll come back.
And before Galeth sets out from Arthur's Seat after receiving divine visions, as well as whispers from the helm that he wears, that is not only that of a helmet, but a divine being, like an angel, the remnant of a great angel, Galeth bequeaths the land to the gnomes to work.
Yeah, you go, you son
He
of a...
gives Lemmy, and I guess Lemmy gets to decide who has it, a piece of Arthur's shield that he's been using.
How big is it?
It's enough for one person to carry.
I need to go talk to my priest friend to get more bits.
I am back. No.
And he wishes you well, knowing now that his people can be fed, Galeth, that they will survive perhaps this part of the winter. Galeth now turns his eyes towards the empire that changed his country so much, and that is struggling against the orc hordes themselves, on a mission, perhaps ironically, to go get the very thing that he was sequestered to by Morgana. It's either the Sangral or perhaps Caliburnus. You guys are, you know, he's going to quest for something, like he's on a quest to
Right.
go get something.
Right.
At the same time, he is suffering from the teetering edge of a crisis of faith. This is a journey that Galeth is insisting that he do alone.
Yep, no problem, buddy.
Donovan wants to poke him with a stick on his crisis of faith.
Okay, what's
But
the
as long-
stick that's being poked?
He wants to basically instill the idea that there are many good gods and that tradition is not always the best reason for action and it's not the goodliest way to go.
But it's still an excellent reason. The lawful good character.
Okay, give me a diplomacy check. Actually, give me an opposed diplomacy check, as Altagar is adding in his own thoughts on this.
Oh, I'm sure Adam's very concerned. Altagar.
You could also appeal to Galeth, who's a religious man, by making a knowledge religion check, if that's better than your diplomacy.
$75.
To my 13. Are you?
Well, Galeth agrees, like, just in principle. It's like you're preaching to the choir. He is a paladin. He still he wants to be lawful, but I fear that there is a path that things are heading down that I cannot follow. That's what Galeth admits to Donovan.
There have been many changes amongst your people and in a very short period of time. And the path that you were on did lead to the carnage in these halls. The corrupted angels were not corrupted of some fell god. There were mistakes that were made. They must be reflected upon. Learned from. It's not a question of finding the purest. There is never one who is perfectly pure.
I shall continue your words as I ride with Tordeflon in lands unknown. Godspeeds to you all. I look forward to hearing elven laughter in these halls when I return.
Nice. Perfect. Gives him a big hug. All right. It's like a thigh hug kind of thing. Good luck, Alice.
You notice Galeth glances up at like Altagar's horns, but he doesn't say anything.
I punched out a titan.
You should see the thing coming out of his back.
Shut up.
There is much time spent ferrying Lemmy's people
I'm figuring out how long it'll take.
from Stemaglen to the entrance of Nalburn, and then actually just
No.
Just
I'm
directly.
oh, you're
shift.
just doing plane shifts directly there.
So it's a plane shift to Nalburn.
Yep.
It's 7 per 2 plane shifts.
It's a plane shift, right? It's a plane shift to Nalburn, and then a plane shift back to sorry. Plane shift to Arthursate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting from Stemaglen and going to Arthursate. So from Stemaglen, I plane shift to Arthursate.
Yep.
I plane shift to Nalburn, in front of Yig.
Why would you just not go to Yig? Like directly?
How?
You don't. Oh, you don't have a rod
I need
to
to
Yig.
craft the rod, right?
Okay, so
So it's gonna. So I teleport. I greater teleport.
Do you
to
have the Ironwood spell?
Yes.
Okay, so give me a knowledge planes check as you craft a rod to Yig during the downtime. That's what the downtime's for.
All right.
Azildan spends whatever time he's at Stemaglen doing that
28.
looking at Yannicka thing, but when she looks at him, he looks away.
Like 30.
The
30,
awkward-
Marty.
30? Okay.
Yeah.
You've got a 98% legit planar rod to the 4th branch of Yggdrasil.
Okay, so that means I can do how many plane shifts?
And Silver Sprout, if you don't already have one, provides you a planar rod to whatever's left of Stemaglen.
100%.
That one, yeah, they provide the one that was used that was created during the crafting of Stemaglen.
Oh. Use that one so you don't end up in some random ass plane while you're trying to mass transport 1,000 people.
Yeah. 1,500. So this is...
Some abyssal force.
Okay, so while you're figuring that out, there is some plane shifting mass exodus of people from Stemaglen to Arthursate on basically on Nalbryn, and these druids are basically setting up shop in the castle. The townsfolk are helping clean the castle. They are clearing some of the land, blessing it, and growing crops once again on Arthursate, where these dark angels had spilled so much Nalburnese blood over the time that they were there.
Are they strong enough to carry the stuff that they need?
Because Altagar can.
The small
or
stuff,
Uka
yes.
can.
Some of the larger stuff, no. There are artifacts and things that the druids have grown. Some of them are actually saying goodbye to old plant friends, taking bulbs and petals as Stemaglen is slowly collapsing.
Hold on.
There are large...
How big are their plant friends?
No, I'm talking about, it's the old creeping vine that has lived here for 400 years, that sort of thing.
Command plant.
Okay. Lemio is showing that he has returned from his journeys afar, a much greater druid than when he left, and is able to command and move plants around to have them too be brought to Arthursate. There is a library here of old moldering tomes about druidry. Lemio uncovers while he's helping move this place that you can research up to
Second circle spell.
6 circle druid spells in Stemaglen. Now Arthursate.
Ah.
I'm going to
Cool.
call you Merlin.
Cool.
Oh, Lemio's Merlin? That's pretty cool. He's the new Merlin. He's Merlin 2.
Merlin 2.
Merlin 2.
Merlin.
Merlino.
Merlino.
Yeah, and anything big and heavy, Altagar or Uker can pick up. Or Altagar's already there and just boop, boop.
Oh, I hear blood is good for soil.
Everything's really fertile here. This is fantastic.
No real politics. I saw that news episode too, or something in the news earlier today.
Right, I gotta count how long this will actually take.
I'm assuming less than 6 months. So while Lemio is doing that, and he's basically travel domain druid, right? Foxfire, I believe, asked earlier, what were the mythic powers that Uker and Lemio took? I'm also interested. Yeah.
Uker took mythic improved vital strike.
Twink.
Because hitting things hard is even better when you hit them even harder.
Twink, twink, twink.
And it applies to alchemist bombs. So ha ha ha. 21d6 alchemist bomb. Boom. He also took Titan's Rage, which allows him to basically combine a size increase into his rage. So that basically we got surprised by the big Titan, and I'm like, okay, we actually have to optimize for maximum buffing and minimum time. We have to put a little bit of effort into like, no, you fight now!
Slam a bunch of potions and grow big in one round? Okay, I see.
Exactly. Slam a bunch of potions, grow big, and, you know.
Lemio, what did you, or Ahmed, what did you take for Lemio? Just out of curiosity.
I took
Speedy Summons, was it?
Speedy Summons Cleric.
Okay.
So standard action, and or Mythic Point to do it as a swift action. Summon
for your cleric
whatever I
spells. Yep.
Yeah, cleric, yeah, summon monster. And then I took Eldritch Breach, which is roll twice when trying to affect a creature with mythic, with any spell ability. So cracking
is this
SR.
Yeah, SR checks. Okay.
Any
you
SR.
took power
no, SR.
and then an extra power. How would that work?
I took two. Yeah, I took two abilities.
Cool.
With 2 powers.
And then I think Altagar is close. Mark, is Altagar your next closest to 5th rank?
As he should be.
Azildan should be closest.
Okay.
We also got mythic saving throws, which means non-mythic spellcasters. Against non-mythic spellcasters, we have evasion and metal and all the crap to avoid effects.
There's a lot of things going on in Nalbryn at this point in time, at least this corner of Nalbryn. There is a war between the druids and the remaining orcs along this peninsula. There are a mass migration of 1,000
Marty,
plus gnomes to Arthur's Sake.
It'll take me a day. I have 14 spells.
Yep.
And I have 15 mythic points. And I can do 7 people. I just did the math. 1,470 people a day.
No, you need 2 spells per trip.
Right.
So
That's
2 days.
Oh, crap. 2 days. All right, fine.
3 days if you want to include the plants,
days.
because the plants take up space, right?
Let's
They count
do
as
3
creatures.
days.
I would say in a week,
In a week.
with all the stuff that they want from...
So I don't get an aneurysm.
Right. Within a week, you have mass migrated over 1,000 people to the Isle of Blood, or Arthur's Sake, across dimensions, and are now setting them up in Arthur's Sake. That is stupendous.
Spell cannon.
Okay. So there are gnomes that are moving to Nalbryn. There are Firbolg that are preparing for war. There are orcs that just got their asses handed to them. And, oop, I'm getting messages. Maybe. And now the party has gone to Fomor to go and talk to the Fomori.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, Marty, sorry, I also get the plant and I had the chair.
Yes.
The plant and the chair. I get those two because that plant is important.
Yeah, like all the art. Yeah, so basically you strip Stemaglen of all of its things.
Could I also get the white tree?
Which
That
one
had
is
the
white tree?
branches where the branches for just as a reminder. It had you take the twigs off it and it was your key to enter Decema Glen.
That could be the last plant that you take from the place.
Yeah, because that's once it comes out. Boop,
Okay.
and we'll leave the planar rod to that with it.
Janica tells Azildan that you're not getting your bow back.
It belonged to someone else anyway.
Who?
The man you knew was no longer around.
Okay, she seems to feel a little bit sorry for you when you put it that way.
For what it's worth, though, you did want him to be. You did make him feel. You made him wish he was normal.
You're talking about you?
It's hard to explain.
You
I'm not the same person. I haven't got the same wants and desires I used to have.
She looks at you like,
Kind of cut that one off real quick, didn't you? Diane.
Donovan is like, oh, this is awkward. I don't know if I might just keep spying on this, or I might just like turn around and walk away.
she kind of
He's gonna
harumphs.
keep spying.
Yeah, she doesn't like that line of thinking, and she decides that she withdraws from that conversation.
All right, Donovan's gonna
work,
go sit wherever the hell she was. And
Yep.
Sorry,
so,
but whatever I did, you know, when I was all fangy.
that conversation went well.
You know what? And Azildan's actually, yeah, I thought so.
No, it went horribly.
She goes and seems to be really close friends with Gemma Dree, and she goes and helps Gemma move some things. You shouldn't be lifting that, dear.
You do realize that you are not doomed, right?
Oh no, I'm not. I'm never gonna die. I mean,
one
unless
way.
someone kills me.
There are several people trying to kill you. Yeah, this is true. As well as people who want you not to be dead. At some point, you're probably going to want to build relationships with those around you. You know, proper ones.
Unlikely. I imagine I'll do some traveling.
That would be called running away from the relationships and the building of bonds with, you know, other mortal folk.
Well, I thought I'd travel the plains. Most folk don't get to do that. I do now. Or I will. Speaking of which, there's a world I need to attend to.
Alright. Which world?
I'm not sure, but it is one of the, I believe, the Empire of Humanity's worlds.
Knowledge planes.
Sure, and you've also probably absorbed information like a sponge from Midwick.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll just say 47 to make it easy.
Sure, you know what their core worlds are.
Yep. It's a place with giant creatures, apparently.
That would be one with the kaiju? Kaiju?
The place
Well,
is
they don't sound scary.
the place is called Immensa.
I do.
Kaiju?
How you doing? Yeah.
It's Immensa. Very sparsely populated.
True, but apparently, got it on good authority. One of my bits is there. By bits, I mean piece of the artifact, not one of my bits and pieces.
So, we'll add it to the list of places that we need to go. How are you feeling?
I'm good. You?
So when you were talking about the desires,
Yes.
you still desire, right?
Well, I don't know if you noticed. She had several hairs out of place. Her blouse was rather dirty. She had something in her teeth. Very unsightly. I was just being nice.
Azildan's serious.
So I see that
Curse.
Donovan majored
He's
in
actually
Minored in psych.
because he still has feelings, but he's so unattracted to her now. It's like she's so nice. It's too bad that happened to her.
We'll find a way around that. Donovan is going to basically inform Jenica that Azildan is under a curse and we're trying to fix it and don't take it personal.
He's still cursed, is what she says.
This is
No, this is a new one.
this is a new one actually. He's right now. You notice how he's very clean compared to before.
Can you ask him? Well, he's standing right here. Why don't you ask him?
Hello.
Gemadri looks up at you. Big,
Hello.
big saucer eyes. She's looking really hopeful.
Oh,
Lemmy said that he was going to find a star for me.
what kind of star?
Better not screw me over.
He said he was going to pluck it from the heavens itself. He said the next time he come here, he'd bring it to me.
Isn't Remy a smooth talker?
I told you, Gemma, that there's no such thing. But he promised.
Sounds like a meteor swarm to me.
Surprise!
Sorry guys, I'll
Be
be there in a
such a
sec.
nice gift. And she's kind of like patting her belly.
I think that Lemmy has. I think Lemmy has come through. Gods related to the stars and goodness and maybe babies.
Well, the first two, Corellon.
Corellon?
Corellon's a war god, a
Corellon.
magic god, and the god of the elves. I don't think you've spoken to Corellon too often.
No, I have not. I have spoke to Rilifane Ralathil, Titania, Heimdall, Oberon, and Nam. Lemmy will bring you a star.
Oh, he hasn't got it yet. That's okay. It's good to see him.
No,
Even though everyone's really angry with him. Oh, I'm
It is-
doing it again. I'm babbling.
It is coming this evening at sunset.
She smiles.
Okay, Donovan is casting sending whatever to Lemmy. You're gonna stand there. You're gonna bluff the shit out of this. Stupid.
What's going on? Sorry. Words.
Words. Yes. Donovan is going to sing to Corellon to bless this child with the power of the stars. And Lemmy is going to stand there and collect honor. Just honor points. That's what he's going to get. Because he's missing some.
Okay. Are you singing publicly or privately to
Publicly.
Corellon? Okay.
And it's blessings for this child.
Altagar. Oh, he's gonna sing. Everyone's gathering around.
You don't want to miss this. Come on, sit down. Shh.
And he uses his AOOs to smack anybody who talks during the performance.
This man was talking to the Oda. It's like casting a spell. All right. Yeah. So, and we'll time it for as the sun goes down, and
You're doing this on Yggdrasil, or you're doing this in Arthur's State?
we're doing this in Arthur's State
Okay.
because Arthur's State.
Yep.
And we will wait till the first star is visible in the sky.
Yeah.
We will sing for Corellon's blessing upon this child, that of the stars. And then let me always be one. Also, it makes me feel good. So there. Okay. Give you a roll.
Yep.
Okay. $80.
This is the best one so far?
This is the best one so far. Blew the next best by 5.
Motes of light begin to rise up from the ground around you. Donovan begins to lift off the ground as he's singing, and then continues to be lifted off the ground as he's singing. And then Donovan, like a beam of light, shoots into the sky and is gone.
Well, that was an exit.
There's this weird sound, Donovan, as you are in a place that feels like there's a strange gravity. Your song seems to be stuck in your throat, but you can still hear it reverberating. You are high, high above Nalbrin. And actually, you don't even think you're above Nalbrin anymore. You're in some distant place.
Huh.
There is somebody beside you that is much, much taller, who gives you a slight wry smile but then turns serious and points his finger outwards. Your vision goes streaming outwards. Planets and suns and moons and all sorts of celestial objects go by you, and the god is still pointing, and you're kind of transported with him. You can see that there's this silvery thread coming from the god's cloak that is wrapped around your belt. And you're still just sort of like a tether. There is a god made out of fire. At first you thought it was a dwarf, but it is a giant amongst gods, raising this blade and holding up some other godling and cutting him open with a blade. But he cuts him open in a way that he keeps the god in his hands and pulls out entrails and throws them away, like he's using the corpse of a god as a bag.
To like divine?
Yes,
Like the
Surt
like the druid.
has just gutted somebody.
Well, Surt's bad.
Surt then approaches towards, marches up to this grand light that you think is another sun, and is sticking the sun inside the ribcage of a god. You are then taken away. You can hear pounding of hammers, and very angry priests that are fire giants pointing down at these stone and slag giants that are slaving away in the hottest metal. It's metal that you realize is being poured from the god's ribcage into a smelt.
I must save that.
A blade is being made.
Oh.
Barking and angry priests of Surt, pouring the light of a sun into a blade. You can see a couple of dwarves. They look really like they're off to the side, and they don't really look too sure about what's going on. You know these dwarves. These are the two dwarves that built Mjolnir. The dwarves that built Jotengranner.
That's where we have to go next.
Corellon leaves this place quickly as you notice that their angry priests kind of like were looking up toward, like they were starting to look up towards you. You spirited away. You go basically floating again as you stop. The god actually reaches down and holds you from going back any further. There's something wrong with what you're viewing from a distance. There's a gate, a song gate. And you see two people on the other side of the song gate. Almost like nothing else exists aside from the song gate and what's on the other side. And you somehow are having a view of both things, like they're independently flying around in space. You can see that there are two people. A gnome. Couple. They look familiar. They look kind of like Lemmy. One with a tumbling scroll as both of them are frozen as they seem to be running from something. This great black void that is slowly eating the world and the sun and the celestial bodies around. It looks like they are trapped, trying to run back to the gate. Corellon looks at you, and his eyes are filled with pit-like darkness, as if he's reflecting back whatever that thing that is eating both worlds and light. With a snap, Donovan is returned back to Arthur's state. He's actually smoking a little bit and frozen at the same time, shivering and stumbling around. There's a clap of lightning. It's like he tried to breathe in vacuum and is now breathing for real. He falls to the ground, and there's a single silver thread that is still tied to him, pinched off with Corellon's coming and going.
Is it like a belt, or is it like an umbilical cord?
It's a gossamer 4-foot-long length of something.
Piano wire.
It kind of floats in the air, almost ethereal-like. Are you going to pull on it?
Yeah.
Okay, you pull and you pull and you pull. Oh, that hurts. It's attached to your belly button.
So when I said umbilical cord, it's an umbilical cord. I'll take a look under my shirt.
yeah, it's like fastened there.
Hey, you're freak too now.
Yeah, everyone seemed to be panicked for a moment because Donovan disappeared for a few seconds.
I got to admit, it started off as your best performance ever. But then, I mean, you disappeared, and that was like, wow, but then you were gone, and then you come back and you shiver and fall, and that was not so
right?
great.
You're right there, my friend. Remember, I need you.
You don't know what if the thing that the god has showed you has happened yet or not, and you're unsure as to what it means.
We need to defeat Sud.
But you did see a similar light, where the light seemed to be being eaten, like an entire sun was being eaten by this black hole, like a pinprick in the firmament.
Yeah.
Why would he show you that?
Because the sword can kill the darkness. Or vice versa.
Donovan is going to...
You get a sense that you asked for something? Plus this child didn't have the power of stars. And he went, you want to talk about stars?
Let's see some stars. Here's the real problem. No, you idiot. Psh, come over here.
Whether this has happened yet or is happening, Donovan is left with this fell feeling in his stomach. This gnome child will not see such a blessing.
Bluff.
Is the child gonna be alright?
Where did you go? What happened? I thought I saw stars. You know, a bunch of people thought they saw moving stars and something
so
moving in the heavens.
Donovan is going to bluff to act cool. He will then continue a less powerful performance with which he will create a permanent illusion
Of a star.
of a star.
Okay, can anyone break Donovan's bluff check?
Which is
Well, since I don't need to be frightening the peoples, so 72 is the bluff check.
nope.
You're out bluffing all these wisdom casters. You're like, hey, we're really wise.
Okay, and then the perform check to realize that I cast a spell is 74. But I'm not asking for anything specific.
Got it. Alright, so Donovan's able to obfuscate his experience. Something happened, though.
Yeah. Well, you know what it looks like? It looks like I went up, I came fire back down, I was like hot and cold and stuff, and then I pulled a star out of my butt. Just like... it's an illusion. They'll be able to like identify it as an illusion, but it's...
Gemma comes running over to Lemmy. It's wonderful!
There we go.
Right! I did it!
I did it.
Donovan. Not Donovan. Altagar.
Yeah.
As soon as they're not looking, we need to have a sit.
What do you care if they're looking? You want me to pull that thing off?
No.
Just one quick yank, it'll come right out.
No.
Your intestines come out.
Are you collecting it up so you don't trip on it? And
You know what, I'm trying to... Yeah, I'm collecting it up and...
it's stuck. It's fused.
Does it ting at all when if you pull a little bit tight and flick it like a...
Yeah, there's a slight... well, it's kind of almost ethereal, but yeah, it does make a little bit of a sound. It hurts, though. Just
Can it be used as a string instrument?
Picture something clamped into your belly button, and now you're pulling. Like
I
that.
absolutely hate, like, when people poke me in the belly button. People, like,
I don't like being touched in the belly button.
Oh, it's the worst. The navel is like the most sensitive part of the human body. I'd rather be like flicked on the testicle than poked in the belly button.
Good to know.
Okay.
Let me write that down. Player request.
Let me write that down. I wonder where the star will go.
Ding dong! Candy Graham, flick.
Little note, at least it wasn't in the belly button.
From your friends.
So yeah, I'll gather it up,
Okay.
and I will. So like it obviously goes through material.
Yeah. No, it's
So-
it's poking out of your shirt a little bit.
Maybe tie it up around your waist like a belt or something. Keep your pants up.
Give me a knowledge planes.
Yeah, is this some like the etherealness thing that's manifest?
You're still collected.
46.
Well, there are these things called silver cords when you
Astral projection.
do astral projection.
Sorry.
Why
Whatever you
yours
want.
is manifest here and still attached? Maybe Corellon wants to pull your strings again.
Hey, let me. If I wrap the end of that around my finger, wrapped it around Donovan, do you think I could use him like a yo-yo?
Give it a shot.
With an 80 perform check in the prior to the war to end all wars. Oh, that guy. Yeah, okay.
Let's save him.
Or something else.
Something else. We want something else. No, we want to. We will experiment and find the best position to put this cord so that it doesn't goink anywhere or get hung
Okay,
up on stuff.
so you coil it up and stick it in your pocket, and you've got a little like foot long of it, kind of going off to the side, and it's weird, but
Don't mind that.
in a world where
Wrap
magic
a
gems
sash.
float around your forehead, and that's cool.
Yeah. Oh, you got a thing. Is that a thing out of your belly button? Or you just have it deceiving. When we get into the town where there's all the pickpockets, so many people are going to try to steal my silver watch, and it will be very annoying. That's interesting. Okay, so as soon as the gnomes seem like they're not, like, gawking, we're going to try to get a Lemmy away. Oh, leave him maybe till morning.
Yeah. So you finish the Exodus, and then you bring Altagar to the Formori kingdom.
Yeah.
Altagar, you approach the kingdom, and there are many Formoria that either run away or they run into this giant cave entrance.
That's where I'm going.
And that's where you head. The Fomori don't try to stop you as you enter. They seem to recognize you and you as one of them. Do you stop to talk to them, or they kind of shy away from you, and some of them actually do bow or hunch over or make sure they're not standing taller than you?
Donovan is going to sculpt sound on Altagar to give him a very, very big boomy voice.
Okay.
I am Altagar Haskram.
Where's the bathroom?
I claim, by right of rulership and deed, to be your king. If you got anyone who wants to challenge me for this, come on. Standing right here.
Okay, there's a vicious and very short melee as 3 really large Fomori giants charged you, and you basically fed them the earth.
Yep.
Tripped them to the point where they didn't even get an attack off, and this seems to placate them.
Stop! Stop! Oh, it's...
And they're all kind of they're muttering the word "thinkle." I'm on the conversation layer.
Yeah.
Is Azildan killing Fomori, or is...
No, Azildan's letting Altagar do whatever he
Okay.
thinks needs to be done.
You're the one that's felled the Titan, aren't you?
Yeah, that's me.
Oops. Sorry.
I'm the smart one around here.
And he points at kind of like he exposes part of his helmet, and you notice that it's like he's got a third lobe of a brain that's partially exposed underneath his helmet.
Altagar turns it on. I kind of really hope that doesn't happen to me.
You're not Fomori by birth, are you? You're one of those heroes that's been visiting here.
I'm your king. That's all you need to know.
Yes, yes. The Titan was our king, and now you are Altagar. Welcome. to